Hello fellow virtual aviators. We are currently on the ground at Sydney Airport and about to board this Dash 8 Q400 OQH, the breast awareness one. We're about to go over to Coffs Harbour as part of the fly-in panic stations Coffs Harbour on June the 2nd, 2013. So, obviously cold and dark. Just one extra thing I need to do, recording in FS recorder. Now we do have a bit of expectation of delays, holding and that kind of thing. I really should have done some holding practice in this aircraft before, haven't done it, so this is going to be interesting. Learn on the fly. I hope it can be done. Anyway, let's get started. Master battery is on. Actually, before we do that, let's turn it back off. Documentation is on board. Batteries. Okay, on. Main battery, auxiliary, and standby. Main bus tie is tied. And we won't be using DC power. Actually, we've got external power, so that might work. Battery temps. Still need to wait for that.
Bank angle.
IRS is in nav. I've just turned on the FMSs with the on button. That's on, off and dim. Okay, battery temperatures over here. 21, 20 and 20. It's all fine. Bus voltages checked. We have 0.11 and 0.04. Safety equipment has been checked. We have smoke goggles, fire gloves, crash axe, torches, smoke hood, escape rope, life vests and fire extinguishers. Someone just started moving somewhere. Landing gear lights are 3 green. Lock release is locked. Circuit breakers are checked. All are in. Alternative gear, door and inhibit switch. Inhibit switch is safe. Fire and smoke detection. APU fire checked and safe. Engine 1 fire checked. Engine 2 fire checked and cleared. Baggage 1 and 2 are done. Bleed air is off. Recirc fan is on. Pressurization, we'll set that to 0. AC packs checked, emergency lights. Armed. Fuel transfer is off. Quantity 1565 in each tank. Parking brake is on. Condition levers are off and throttle to disconnect. No steering off. And let's get that FMS. So in the flight plan, departing from Sydney, YSSY. Sierra Yankee is the departure VOR. Over to the list, our first waypoint, first airway, from Sydney, Whiskey 139. And that's number 16, so let's enter that. From there we're going, we could go all the way to Coffs, but we're not. We're going to Williamtown, which is number 3. Then list again, airway. Going to Whiskey 182, which is number 6. For that we need to get to Nicola, number 2. From Nicola, list again, airway. W446, number 4. That's to Kempsey, number 1. List again, airway. And 196, which is number 2. All the way to Coffs Harbour, CFS. Here's number 6. YCFS. And enter. I'm going to accept that. Departing in 20 minutes. Carrying 55 passengers today. Cargo is 1985. Alternate is Brisbane, which is 800 kilograms to get there. Holding is another 800, and we'll do an extra fuel. It's 950. And the fuel on board, 1565 on both tanks. There we go. Next page. Sounds good to me. Now we do actually have enough fuel to come all the way back to Sydney on one tank if we need it, but obviously not in this weather. Let's try Brisbane. Brisbane's easy. Brisbane's cab okay, according to the meters. So yeah, no problems with that. Just switching the nav source over to the FMS1. Over here in the first officer's side, crossfill the flight plan and the fuel. Let's take a look there. That looks good to me. Sydney should have an ATIS somewhere. 126.5. Let's get the radios on. Here comes a baggage truck in the rain. Alrighty, let's get the ATIS up. 1265.
Contact with Sydney. Will approach. Notify receipt of Sydney. Termination. Charlie. Expect ILS approach. Runway 6 left and 6 right. 4. Arrival departure. Wind 240 degrees. 18 knots. Moderate. Turbulence below 5,000 feet. Visibility 7 kilometers. Showers of rain. Cloud. Few 1,500 feet. At 3,000 feet. 5,500 feet. Temperature 14 QNH 014 on contact with Sydney. Approach. Notify receipt Charlie. Sydney. Terminal information. Charlie. Act. Let's approach. Runway 16.
Coolio, so we'll just need to set in the takeoff data. We'll be using flaps 10 for departure. We have 2600 on board, so V1 is 115. Rotation is also 115. Actually, we'll need to put something for the water, but we'll get to that. That'll reduce the V1. 118 is the climb out. For wet runway, reduce V1 by 8 knots. Cool. And what's the wind? 18 knots. 0.01 knots, so that's an extra knot. So 9 knots extra, so we have to reduce the V1 speed by 9 knots. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, say again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 106 for V1. So that's done for the fact that it's going to be a wet runway out there. That it is. Go. So the wet and the speeds are done. Trim set 3, we have a departure in 15. Yeah. Elevator trim is set for the top of the takeoff range. Just going to add a little bit of rudder trim off to the right hand side. Door and fueling lights. Now we still have the main door open. Passenger signs come on. Propellers are spinning in that 18 knot wind there. Okay, let's go and get some clearance. I need Sydney Tower, is it? Yep, 1205. Yeah, let's go and get the clearance. We've got about 14 minutes till we need to start the engines. That's our departure time. At 7:50. Sydney Tower, Q-Link 106 Delta, requesting clearance to Coffs Harbour.
Cleared to Coffs Harbour by Williamtown, plane route, maintain 3000, runway 16 left, a Canberra 4 departure, Williamtown transition, squawk 4475, departure frequency 124.2.
Go back, cleared to Coffs via Williamtown, initial climb 3000 off runway 16 left, Canberra 4 departure, Wellington transition, squawk code 4475, departures 124.2, Q-Link 106 Delta.
Q-Link 106 Delta.
Yeah, squawk code 4475. Is set. Let's say it's 124.2 for departures. Is set. Initial climb was 3000. is set. And was the departure, let's see, flight plan menu, oops, onto the departure side, be runway 16 left, that's number 2, camber for departure number 2, one 6 left of course, wait a second. Yeah, that's about right. Get the flight plan, let's see how that's done. Yeah, there's a nice direct 2 there from Sydney, 17 me. Let's just run the chart. So Canberra departure, runway 16 left, 17th November 2011. That's YSSY 02129. Departure Canberra 4 departures, it's a non-jet departure. Parallel runway operations, special requirement. Parallel runway operations, do not turn right. Graduation 3.3 degrees, it's 4.7 to 10,000 feet. That's 3.3. We're tracking 155. So let's chuck that in heading. (155) set. At 500 feet, turn left to track 080. There is an argument to put that in there heading actually. Let's do that one. 080 set. Let's get the format course in there. (155) for that. 155 set in the course. I'll leave that window open, that's cool. Right, tracking 080 after 500 feet, 7 DME, turn left, tracking 360 and intercept the radial 013 degrees by Canberra, that's 30 degrees Sydney, 30 DME from Sydney. Then follow the transition, which is direct to Williamstown. There's a requirement at Williamstown to be above flight level 130 by 45 DME, and that's perfectly fine. We'll be climbing well above that. Just go to flight plan menu and crossfill. Now let's hit the nav on both. Let's see what's happening here. Select number 1. Select number 1 over the other side as well. And that's set. That looks fine. We'll be flying it in navigation mode, LNAV. Okay, before start checklist, trims have been set. Door and filling lights are out. Passenger signs are on. Cabin report has been received. Flight deck door is locked. Anti-collision lights are red. APU bleed is off. Batteries, bus and volts on N26 we're looking for. Yep, we're good. 23. Cool. So let's talk to... I don't need to talk to anyone really. Charlie is the information. Q1H is 1014, that's set. Both sides. We can start to think about departing in about, what is it, 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. Just going to run through to get rid of those no links. There's one after Canberra. Now deleted, there's a Sydney, and there's a second Canberra. Let's do the same on the other side. Now it's Canberra direct to Tukey. That's part of the airway. Then Williamtown. Just going to step through that. Yep, Tukey's direct line, that's fine. Just using the format button there to go into the other mode, and then you just scroll through. Time is 45, we're 5 minutes ahead. We are actually boarded, so we can actually start moving. Let's request start. Sydney Tower, Q-Link 106 Delta, with information Charlie is ready for engine start, not requiring a push.
Q-Link 106 Delta, engine start approved.
Engine start approved, Q-Link 106 Delta. Okay, we've done the 4-start checklist. Let's start rolling. Engine number 2 start, set to normal, selected, and start engaged. %, engine number 2 to start feather. Prop motion. Prop RPM 150. Setting to minimize, 850. Prop RPM climbing, ITT climbing. Prop RPM 640. Stabilized engine. Ignition number 1. Selected number 1 and on the start. NH climbing. Prop RPM climbing. Engine number 1 to start feather. ITT rising. Prop RPM 170, forward to minimum thrust. Prop RPM stable. Engine generators on, bus tyres off, external power off, air conditioning packs on, nose steering engaged. Flaps 10 for takeoff. After start checklist. External power APU is disconnected, main bus tyres off. Electrical panels checked and clear any yellows. Condition levers to maximum. Auto feather is selected. Fuel pumps are on. Hydraulics on and PTU. Flaps and speeds have been checked. We're flap 10 for the takeoff, that is set. Now we have 106 V1, V rotate is 115 and V2 is 118. Rudder. Let's get rid of that for a sec. Rudder full travel. And rudder full travel on single. No steering is on. PFD, MFD, EDs are all checked and set. Bleeds on. De-ice pressure. Test mode selected. And that's passed. Ice protection is tested and transponder TCAS. I'll leave that in standby for the moment, but we'll chuck in the correct code. Ready for taxi. Sydney Tower, Q-Link 106 Delta is ready for taxi.
Q-Link 106 Delta, taxi via Charlie and Bravo 10, development 1916 left.
We had Charlie Bravo 10, runway 16 left, Q-Link 106 Delta. Charlie Bravo 10, straight ahead, that's easy. Alrighty, we do need to cross 07, so let's be aware of that. We have been cleared for the taxi. Let's do the rest of that. Take the taxi check, brakes, takeoff warning is being tested, takeoff power, NTOP, flight instruments checked. Number 3 hydraulic, yep, that's full travel. Your dampener is on. Clearances reviewed and received. We're ready to go. And up Charlie. Wipers are on.
Sydney Tower, Q-Link 118 Delta, Space 56 for Coffs Harbour, request bearer.
Q-Link 118. Sydney Tower, is that Q-Link 184?
Sorry, say again, you're a little bit muffled. Q-Link 118.
Q-Link 118, you'll clear the Coffs Harbour via Town, planned route, maintain 5000, runway 16 right, camping 1 departure, squawk 4500, departure frequency 124-04.
Okay, I think I cleared to Coffs via Williamstown, 5000, runway 16 right. I didn't get the departure procedure. Squawk 4500, departures on 124.4.
Q-Link 118, departure procedure is camping 1.
So I'm not sure what's wrong, but I couldn't get that.
No worries, I'll send it through via text.
Sorry about that. Cleared Canopy 1 departure, Q-Link 118 Delta. Thanks.
Q-Link 118 Delta.
Okay, we're on Charlie, that's Kilo. Now we'll be turning left at the next available left-hand turn. We've just got a bit of kink in the runway here, and as we go over General Holmes Drive, which is to say a road that goes under the runway and the taxiways. Really can't wait for this new Aerosoft scenery to be released for Sydney. That will make things a whole bunch better. Alrighty, we just need to do a test of the weather radar. I'm going to grab that my side. Weather radar is in standby currently, and now it's set to the test mode. That looks really successful to me. This is Bravo 10. There's the contact tower section. We'll just creep up towards there. Just need to turn off the weather radar for a second, then we'll set it to standby. Weather radar standby. And the tower. Transponder. Transponder is on, TARA and altitude reporting. They'll see that in the tower. Cool. Next one is lineup check. We'll do that on the lineup. Sydney Tower, Q-Link 106 Delta is ready at runway Bravo 10.
Q-Link 106 Delta, runway 16 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway 16 left, clear for takeoff, Q-Link 106 Delta. Let's do the lineup checklist. Anti-collision lights coming up to white. Collision lights set to white, and we'll put on the logo, why not? Landing lights on. Static isolation valves on. Bleeds are on. FCA DS modes is go around wings level we have, that's fine for me. Actually, let's chuck that into heading mode. Actually, don't do that. Wings level is fine. And caution panel is black. We have been cleared for takeoff. We're taking the runway.
Sydney Tower, Qantas 509 with you on final 16 right.
Gust lock is removed. Spoils the flight. Let's go. Take a first set.
Sydney Tower, Qantas 509, do you read?
100 knots. V1. Rotate. V2. Positive rate. Gear up.
Qantas 509, it's over evening, runway 16 right, clear to land. 16 right, clear to land, 509.
Trim set. Go into navigation mode, IAS, climb at 200. Flat 5. I didn't read a frequency change back, so we haven't done it yet. Altitude select for 3000. Flaps up. Takeoff, landing gear is up, flaps are up, bleeds are normal, and the climb power. Climb power set. Autopilot is on. Has now us off. Let's prompt it. Link 106 Delta Airborne.
Link 106 Delta, contact departures.
Contact departures 1066 Delta. That's set for departures. Let's roll that speed back a touch. Cool. City departures, Q-Link 106 Delta, 3000. Nah, 124.4. City departure, Q-Link 106 Delta, 3000 feet.
Q-Link 106 Delta, GA Sydney approach, climb flight level 210, and you're identified.
Climb flight level 210, Q-Link 106 Delta. Go back into IAS mode, let's increase that throttle. .220 on the climb at the moment. We've cleared 210. .210 is set and selected. Pip is ever so slightly off to the left, so I'm just going to trim that out a touch. Yeah, it's about right. Okay, let's go. I'm going to go into terrain mode on my side. First officer side is still in weather radar. There goes Sydney. We're 7,000 feet, I don't need outside the window anymore. Let's turn off those wipers, chuck them in park. Landing lights are off. Logo light is off. We'll keep the seatbelt signs on just for a bit while longer. We're chucking direct to Canberra as per the departure. Ice detected. Thought that might happen. Struck that on, prop ice is on, and airframe is set to slow. Go in the climb. Let's turn off all of that stuff there.
Delta Lima contact Melbourne, Croatian Brisbane Centre 124.8. G'day.
Brisbane Centre 124.8. G'day, Delta Lima.
Okay, so climb checklist, altimeter's set. Yeah, we're pretty much on that now, so let's set them. Just going to get rid of that. 1013 is set. And 10,500 on my mark, coming up. 3, 2, 1, mark. Altimeters are set. Ice protection is on. Required. Pressurization. Just out of 200 feet in the cabin altitude and then climbing about 300. We're all good. Standby hydraulics and P2 is normal and off. Fuel pumps are off, auto feather is off. Climb checklist is complete. And ice detection still on. I'm just going to reduce our speed a little bit at 200 knots and it'll give us a better climb rate. And we're above the clouds, getting a bit sunny up there. I don't think we'll be seeing too much more turbulence, so I'm just going to turn off the seatbelt signs. And that should be great.
Q-Link 106 Delta, contact Melbourne, correction, Brisbane Centre, 128, correction, 124.8, g'day.
Arizona 124.8, Q-Link 106 Delta, 124.8. That is now set. Just want to check one little thing before I jump on. Perfect. Brisbane Centre, Q-Link 106 Delta, climbing flight level 210 out of flight level 195.
Q-Link 106 Delta, Brisbane Centre.
Cool. There's the holding. We might get to test that out a bit later and see. That's Williamtown, Newcastle. Williamtown's both a shared airbase and an airport.
The Chancellor 414, Romeo Juliet, Foxtrot with you.
Romeo Juliet, Foxtrot, Brisbane Centre, go ahead.
Yeah, Brisbane Centre, we're tracking from Tempsey to Mount Sandon via Tamworth, Armidale and Coffs. Currently at 6,500, tracking 243 to Mount Sandon.
Romeo Juliet, Foxtrot, copy. Brisbane Senior, follow star 114, 1 level 320, sorry about that. Qantas 114, Brisbane Centre, squawk 4144. 4144, Qantas star 114.
Right, we're at flight level 210. Let's go into cruise thrust. That's set 850. Prop RPM.
Qantas 114, identified, star clearance available. Go ahead, what's the star clearance, Qantas 114? Qantas 114, star clearance, Marlin 8 arrival, runway 16 right. When ready, descend flight level 250. Roger, Marlin 8 arrival, 16 right, and we'll start descend down to 250, Qantas 114, thanks. Qantas 114, descend 10,000, QNH 1014. Descend 10,000, QNH 1014, Qantas 114.
Probably a good idea just to have a look at what's happening at Coffs Harbour. I wonder if we can get its ATIS. Probably a bit too far out. It's worth a try though. And the ATIS will be on 130.3 apparently. Let's give it a try. Maybe on the second radio. On 30.3 set.
Two.
I think we might have it. Let's bring that up.
Training. Temperature 16. QNH 1011. On first contact with Coffs Harbour Tower, notify receipt of information, Charlie. Cairns terminal information, Charlie. Expect visual approach. Runway 21, arrivals and departures. Runway 28, active. Winds 220 at 8. Cav OK. Expect delay for circuit training and instrument approach training. Temperature 16. QNH 1011. On first contact with Coffs Harbour Tower, notify receipt of information, Charlie. Cairns terminal information, Charlie. Expect visual approach. Runway 21, arrivals and departures. Runway 28, active. Winds 220 at...
That's 2-1 I think it is, so that's that approach. We've only pretty much got VOR, so VOR approach runway 21, the other options are GNSS, but it's from the wrong direction, so overhead Coffs Harbour into VOR is good. What was the rest of that? We had clouds get at 6,800, 7,800, overcast at 8,800. It's not too bad. It's not the best, but it's quite reasonable. Once we get down to about 3,000 feet, we should be visual. So let's stick the VOR approach in, just as an exercise here. Click menu, click arrive. Runway 21 is number 3. There is no star. We're doing the VOR approach as number 2. And we're at Coffs Harbour 1, directly overhead. And send that to flight plan. Just go through that one. Coffs Harbour. And no link as we come overhead, that's normal. Just get rid of that, and then I'll start the approach, and that's the go around. Alright, so let's brief the VOR approach runway 21. Actually, before we do that, let's put in the VNAV. We need to cross Coffs Harbour at 5,000, and I'll just double check that's actually in there. Yeah, it's not. Oh, these are. 2,300 on the outbound leg, yes, that's fine. Coolio. Let's chuck in the 5. So Coffs Harbour 5,000. Set. Then go to VNAV. to Coffs Harbour, number 3. And there it is. And a good old top descent point just after, no, that's before Kempsey, I think. Cool. So briefing the VOR approach.
Delta Lima Lima, wind ready to send 9,000 to QNH 1015.
Wind ready to send 9,000, 1015, Delta Lima.
Okay, what's our timing there? I think we can slow it down a touch as we come into Nicola. We're really with a bit of a tailwind here.
Brisbane Centre, g'day, QX 713 Delta, taxis runway 23 at Dubbo for Coffs Harbour. QX 713 Delta, Brisbane Centre, no reported IFR traffic, squawk 4171. Squawk 4171, no reported IFR traffic, QX 713 Delta.
Right, we're going to brief that VOR approach, so let's do it. We come over Coffs Harbour, 5,000 feet, descending out to 8 DME on the 052 degree radial, outbound. At 8 DME we turn for an inbound course intercept of the 220 inbound radial, Coffs Harbour. We should be at 2,500 feet for that. As we cross 8 DME back inbound, we descend to 2,300 and then down to 1,500, crossing 5 DME at 1,720 feet. We then descend to the minimum descent altitude, which is 790 feet. .790 feet is set. And that comes to equivalent of 772 on decision height. .772 is set. The speeds we'll be using flap 15. We have 24 with only about 2,000, that's normal. Okay, we're using 117 and 107. I've still got this precipitation-y kind of stuff floating around at 8,800. There's an overcast layer. Haven't quite entered that yet, but we can see it's up ahead there. There's Kempsey.
I am Brisbane Centre, Delta Lima Lima, leaving flight 160 to 9,000.
Delta Lima Lima. No reported IFR traffic. Clear to left control area descending.
No reported traffic, just clear to control area descending. Delta Lima, thanks. Frequency at Zulu Kilo Mike Alpha November.
Zulu Kilo Mike Alpha November, Brisbane Centre.
Yeah, frequency at Zulu Kilo Mike Alpha November is on the ground. We're here requesting clearances flight to Coffs Harbour. We will not be going above 245.
Zulu Kilo Mike Alpha November. Contact Brisbane Radio on 128.6.
128.6, Mike Alpha November.
Melbourne Centre and Coffs Harbour traffic, Q-Link 711 Delta, IFR-8 taxis, runway 23, correction, not Coffs Harbour, sorry, Dubbo traffic, for Coffs Harbour. Q-Link 711 Delta, Brisbane Centre, do you have the company traffic Q-Link 713 Delta on CTAS? Q-Link 711 Delta, 8 ma'am. Q-Link 711 Delta, there's no other IFR traffic reported, and score 4154. Roger, copy 4154, Q-Link 711 Delta. Q-Link 106 Delta, when ready, descend flight level 120.
And ready down flight level 120, Q-Link 106 Delta. 120 set.
And Delta Lima descending through 9,000, request frequency change.
Delta Lima frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, thanks, Delta Lima.
Brisbane Centre, Q-Link 713 Delta, departure. Q-Link 713 Delta, Q-Link 713 Delta departed, Dubbo at this time climbing through 2,100. We're turning left to track direct to Tamworth. Currently 1 mile south of Dubbo. Q-Link 713 Delta, copy, stand by for clearance. Qantas 114, contact Sydney approach, 124.4, see ya.
Roger, over 024, thanks a lot, see ya.
Q-Link 713 Delta, cleared to Coffs via Tamworth, flight planned route, climb to flight level 230. Clear to Coffs Harbour via Tamworth, planned route, main climb flight level 230, Q-Link 713 Delta.
Neutrino is available. Select that to arm. And also select altitude. Altitude select is on.
Chile 106, but contact Brisbane Centre 134.2. Chile 106 Delta, contact Brisbane Centre 134.2. Q 713 Delta, identified 12 miles northeast of Davo, flight level passing.
Q 713 Delta, passing flight level 13.
Being alive.
Q 713 Delta. Q 106 Delta, Brisbane Centre.
106 Delta, go ahead.
Q 106 Delta, contact Centre 134.2.
Over 134.2, killing 106 Delta. 134.2. Brisbane Centre, Q-Link 106 Delta, on descent out of flight level 210 for flight level 120.
Q-Link 106 Delta, Brisbane Centre, good evening. Descend to 9000 QH 1011.
Down 9000, QNH 1011, Q-Link 106 Delta. 1011 set. And on standby. Actually, standby on 1013, that's fine. Cool, descent checklist. Pressurization is set for 0. GPWS flap 15 for the approach. Briefing has been done. Minimum safe altitude is selected. No, it's not properly selected. That's a bit weird. Okay, then let's do 790. 790 is now set. Cool. Speeds are set 117 and 107, and decision height has been set on 772. just realised it's gone to pitch hold. Let's go to IAS mode and increase that speed to 260. Reduce that torque to 20 and VNAV. Let's get rid of some of that rudder trim.
Helix 106 Delta runway 21, make DME arrival, contact Coffs Tower. So we have it back.
It'll be 118.2.
Apologies, TeamSpeak went nuts. Helix 106 Delta runway 21, make DME arrival, contact Coffs Tower on 18.42, you know.
Speaking DME arrival, runway 12, runway 21, Coffs Tower on 118.2, Q-Link 106 Delta. We had the ATIS, didn't we? Information Charlie. Coffs Tower, Q-Link 106 Delta is on descent to 9,000 out of flight level 135. We are 24 miles from Coffs and we have Information Charlie.
Q-Link 106 Delta, g'day, Coffs Tower, runway 21, expect a visual approach.
Visual approach, runway 21, Q-Link 109 Delta. 106 Delta, sorry.
Q-Link 106 Delta, be sent to 3,000 knots below the DME steps.
Down 3,000, not below DME steps, Q-Link 106 Delta. 3,000 is set. Let's get those passengers in and put the approach lights on. Okay, we've got the VNAV coming up, profile. Let's take a look at those DME steps because we're probably not going to actually do the full arrival there, just doing the DME arrival. Okay, we're in Sector Charlie. 2,600 is MSA.
Q-Link 108 Delta, report when visual or reaching 3,000.
Report visual or 3,000, Q-Link 106 Delta. Could almost do it now, but I just need to double check that cloud's not going to go crazy in a second. Because it should be.
Actually, 106 Alpha, apologies for the last descent to initially 3,500.
Yeah, that
Report
3,000
visual.
3,500, we are now visual. QLink 106 Delta.
Link 106 Delta, clear bridge and approach, join the left downwind, runway 21, you're number 1.
Left downwind runway 21, number 1. QLink 106 Delta. Let's start going down. Clear the visual approach. Let's parallel that. Let's go in heading mode. Approach checklist, altimeter set 1011. Fuel transfer is off. Fuel pumps coming on. Auto feather is on, and the PTU and hydraulics are on. Passenger signs are on. Caution panel is black, and cabin is secure. Approach checklist is complete. We have pitch hold again. Let's just go into IAS. Make it 200, and yep, that should be fine. Just going to parallel the runway here. Next is the landing checklist. Let's just have that ready.
Good evening, Alpha Papa Charlie, inbound details.
That looks about fine. Let's go into my airplane. Flight director off.
Alpha Papa Charlie, grade, Coffs Harbour ahead.
Good Alpha Papa Charlie, VFR Baron, 48 miles on the 180 radial, 5,500 inbound, received Charlie, request clearance. Circuit at 01.
Alpha Papa Charlie, apologies, missed all of that.
Got it.
Stand by, break, QLink 106 Delta, winds 2307, runway 21, please land.
Alright, 21 clear to land, QLink 106 Delta. Flat 5.
And Alpha Papa Charlie, sorry, say again.
Alpha Papa Charlie, we're now 47 DB, inbound on the 180 radial, 5,500. Just waiting the circuit at 01, request, received Charlie, request clearance.
Get out.
Alpha Papa Charlie,
Condition levels are full.
Coffs Harbour, maintain 5,500, report at 10 miles.
Flaps 10.
5,500, Alpha Papa Charlie.
Flap 15. Landing checklist, landing gear is down, 3 green, ice protection comes off. Condition levers to maximum, flaps 15 and bleeds set. Landing checklist is complete.
Alpha Papa Charlie, just confirm we're cleared by the 180 radial.
Alpha Papa Charlie, ASA.
Alpha Papa Charlie.
We are cleared to land.
1,000.
Check. We're visual.
100.
Check. 178.
Minimums.
Landing. visual.
Alpha Papa Charlie, just verify you are VFR.
Thanks, that is correct, VFR, Alpha Papa Charlie.
Alpha Papa Charlie, thanks.
Did that come through on the plan?
Sure did.
Cool. It's going to be a busy night, aren't you?
Yeah. Might get you give me some tips once you've landed.
I know nothing.
And Tower Uniform Charlie, we're climb 752, get a radio check.
Uniform Whiskey Charlie, get a read you 4.
Cheers,
Select 106 Delta.
60 knots, manual braking.
Approved. If required, taxi to the parking at own discretion. Have a nice day, sir.
How to beat a range.
And Tower Uniform Whiskey Charlie, request to open the flight plan from Coffs to airport.
Uniform Whiskey Charlie to Coffs Harbour, point lookout plan group. Squawk 27, correction, maintain 4000, squawk 2727.
2727 and maintaining 4000. Cheers, Uniform Whiskey Charlie. And Uniform Whiskey Charlie, we've got information from Charlie and request taxi.
Uniform Whiskey Charlie, apologies, second.
Uniform Whiskey Charlie, we have receipt of the information Charlie and request taxi.
Uniform Whiskey Charlie, taxi, holding point, Charlie, runway 21.
Holding point Charlie, runway 21, cheers. Uniform Whiskey Charlie.
Killing 106 Delta, give way to the Cessna 152, taxiing on Charlie, runway 21.
Give way to Cessna or Q-Link 106 Delta.
And Alpha Papa Charlie, verify you have information, Charlie.
I have received Charlie, Alpha Papa Charlie.
Alpha Papa Charlie, thanks.
Q-Link 106 Delta is approaching taxiway Charlie Echo 2. Just checking where that position of Cessna is. Is he on Delta or Echo 4?
Q-Link 106 Delta, just stand by that aeroplane is taxiing. Missed the rest of what you said.
Q-Link 106 Delta is holding at Echo 2, corner of Charlie.
104 Delta, thanks. 106 Delta, apologies, thanks.
Let's get rid of all those lights and chuck it onto the red. Windshield heaters off. There's that Cessna.
Alpha Papa Charlie is approaching top of the set.
Alpha Papa Charlie, report DME.
30 DME, Alpha Papa Charlie.
Let's start moving. Where the radar comes off.
Alpha Papa Charlie, descend to 4,500.
4,500, leaving 5,500, Alpha Papa Charlie.
Let's get rid of that as well.
Uniform Whiskey, disrupt.
Now Tower Uniform Whiskey Charlie, ready to go, runway 21 Charlie.
Uniform Whiskey Charlie, make left turn for an overhead departure runway 21, clear for takeoff.
Left turn overhead departure runway 21, clear for takeoff. Cheers, mate.
And there we are.
Uniform Whiskey Charlie, I should have told you this before, but the MSA for your direction of departure is 5,500. Are you okay with that?
Okay, starting further set. Timer set. Let's run the shutdown checklist and the
Uniform
control
Whiskey
lights
Charlie,
are
you are
on,
at
anti-collision
4,000
lights
below that.
are
If
coming
you like, I
off.
can give you higher advice.
Yeah, Roger, sorry, mate.
Set
Can
for the
Uniform
moment.
Whiskey Charlie just maintain 5,500?
Type 0, where the radar is off, fuel pumps
Uniform
are off,
Whiskey Charlie,
detect
Roger, climb
taxi.
to initially
Ice protection
4,000
is
Boulevard.
off, main bus tie is on,
Roger,
dampener
initial
is off.
4,000 and...
Parking brakes are on, hydraulic pumps off, power condition levers to start further, nose steering is off, weather radar is off, transponder is on standby, bleeds are minimum, GPU APU is not required, condition levers holding. Let's get rid of the FMSs.
Uniform Whiskey Charlie overhead.
Uniform Whiskey Charlie, thanks. Just suggest you circle overhead the aerodrome. Haven't heard back from centre for further climb yet.
And I'll just switch off the radio. Engine number 1 off, engine number 2 off. Passenger signs off. And we can take off the red light, and that should be good. Alright, we have arrived at Coffs Harbour, and we're going to do a second flight coming inbound again. So join me on the next video, and we'll be inbound.